The Solstice event returns today in Destiny 2 with update 8.0.5. Exotic class item drop changes, brave weapon attunement, and everything you need to know about Solstice, how the activity works, the rewards you can acquire in new weapons and armor set, event card rewards, cosmetics, and much more. Bungie announced that Solstice would arrive sometime late in Act 2, and today is the day. We didn't have a This Week in Destiny post last week for obvious reasons, which likely would have explained some stuff about Solstice, but it's available in-game. Solstice is a summer event in Destiny 2. It's free for all players and brings back a pretty cool destination from previous years in the European Aerial Zone. The European Aerial Zone, or EAZ for short, is a 3-player match-made area that tasks players with navigating a floating island off the European Dead Zone. Here you'll defeat bosses and stoke the central bonfire in the Bonfire Bash activity. You can start this activity in the courtyard next to Eva Levante or in the tower map. So this is the same Solstice event we've come to know, but there are some changes this year of how you acquire the armor and the way you do it with a brand new forge. So when you first head to Eva Levante, the tower, she will give you the Solstice Forge. If you inspect this, you'll see a couple of different things. First off, you'll see all the pieces of armor, helmet, gauntlets, chest, and so on. In the middle, you'll find 3 daily bounties. The first one is quite simple and gives you 5 helmet alloy. The second bounty will give you 15, and the third one will give you 50. At the end here, you need 100 alloy total to get the helmet quest. And it's the same for each armor piece. If you don't like the bounties, the very first option here allows you to refresh them with some silver leaves. Silver leaves is once again the currency for this year. These can be found in any activity as long as you have the forge in your inventory. So starting at Eva, she'll give you the forge and tell you to pick up a bounty. Once you do, go out and complete said bounty. I believe you can do these bounties anywhere. I went to the Cosmodrome Dungeon Loot Cave, got a bunch of solar kills, and it was done in a couple of minutes. You'll then claim the first event challenge, which gives you the brand new weapon, and then Eva wants to speak with you once more. Here's where she gives you the upgrade, allowing you to refresh the bounties. So now you can kind of see how this goes. You need to get 100 alloy each to get a piece of armor. There's 3 different bounties that give you different levels of alloy and then unlock the quest for you to get the piece. This Solstice Forge can be found in Eva's inventory along with the event card and also in your own. If you go to your quest tab, you can click Y or inspect the forge and it'll open right there. As always, this event comes with a brand new armor set, which actually looks pretty good this year for all classes in my opinion. The event just released and I'm sure it works similar to last year. Last year, one of the best methods of farming silver leaves was in Sorrow's Harbor on the Moon in the Altars of Sorrow activity. Each wave you complete should grant you some leaves and the final boss around 15. So you can easily get 20 to 25 leaves per run. That's what it was last year at least, and patrols around the area are also easy to take part in at the same time, giving you some extra leaves. There's also the mission farming cheese that has been done in the past, like the First Contact mission in Lightfall. I'm not sure if this has been patched, it's been done many times before, but in this cheese you get to the end of the mission, have a player leave before you enter the drop pods to hold the checkpoint. They join back on another character and you complete it, giving you 14 to 15 leaves per run, and you still have the checkpoint so you can just keep doing this over and over to spawn right at the end. This of course is more of a cheese, but there are many other legit farming methods like altars. As always, Eva Levante will have your quests, rewards, and bounties to take part in. So here's a look at the rewards for the event card and what's new from Eververse. Here's a recap on the patch notes for update 8.0.5. We've talked about some of these from previous This Week in Destiny articles, but here's a summary of the biggest ones that you should know. Generally for Crucible, they've increased map weighting for popular maps and reduced weighting for less popular ones. They've updated the snake draft to better account for fire teams and made quitter penalties more lenient for infrequent quitters and stricter for regular quitters. Competitive as Artifice Armor challenges available after placements. Changes to passage of persistence for trials. Increased player cap for Rumble and private matches to 12 players, that's pretty cool. They fixed a bunch of things in Salvation's Edge and Breach executable. Resonance pickup respawn locations, lore books, triumphs, raid armor mod descriptions, and so on. As for Onslaught, they added a new Onslaught attunement option at Zavala, increasing the drop chance for a selected Brave Arsenal weapon by 60%. They added a weekly challenge rewarding an exotic class item powerful tier 1 to Dual Destiny. For gameplay and investment generally, reduced super energy gain by rocket sidearms by 20%, fixed strand fragments reference issue, and reduced the projectile travel distance on swarm grenades. Titans increased Hammer of Soul and Twilight Arsenal damage against boss and mini-boss combatants by 25 and 20% respectively. Hunters got a nerf to Threaded Spectre against players, reduced aim assist and detonation damage. There's been a bunch of fixes to some exotic armor pieces like Radiant Dance Machines, Arbor Warden, Lion's Rampart, and Hazardous Propulsion. PvE damage has been increased for scout rifles by 30%. Snipers flinch has been reduced from combatants by 50%. Glaives get a buff of 20% damage in PvE, and shotguns fixed lightweight shotgun movement speed and mobility buff issue. So those are the big changes. There are small ones like UI changes, updates to Fireteam Finder, but you can find those on Bungie.net. Anyway, Guardians, that's all we got for today's video. A quick little guide on Solstice and what to expect. There's always certain tips and stuff that players learn after the event comes out. I'm not sure if anything is really new this year, but if you find anything super helpful, be sure to leave it in the comments for some other players out there. If you'd like to see some other Destiny news, lore, and mysteries like this video, please be sure to subscribe to the channel. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next video.